Okay, so I haven't been about for a little while, and I think the reason is I think I've been struggling a bit lately, just with I feel like in a lot of areas of my life, things are um, kind of up in the air, and I feel like been this kind of unresolved emotional aspect that I can't really quite grasp hold of, and that's sort of really come to light over the last probably month or so, and I have been struggling with it, and I think, and maybe the best thing would have been to make more videos, but I've just been really kind of finding it hard to know what to say, and think that it might, to wonder whether it would be relevant or not. So today I just wanted to share that I went, with this kind of struggle, I went to see a counsellor last week, and I've always been against the idea of counselling, because I always thought it just kind of brings up things that, you know, it just kind of focuses more on the problem, and do you really move forward from that? So, but I thought, you know what, a friend of mine said that they'd been, and it was working for them. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll just give it a go. So I did try it, and but the person I went to see just really wasn't the right person for me. So, and I'm still not convinced whether that's the right thing for me to do. But I tried it, and I can see that there could be some benefit. But the process for me just seemed like it might take a long time, and I'm a bit impatient really. I kind of want instant results. So another friend of mine suggested that I try timeline therapy. So I went and gave it a go this morning. I'm not really, if I think I'm going to do so, if I think I'm going to think of something, then I tend to just go and do it. So I went this morning, and it was really bizarre. Like, it wasn't, well, I didn't really know what to expect, and so we went over these different emotions, like anger, guilt, fear, things like that, and then you had to go, like, visualise your timeline, and then go back to that time when you first felt that emotion, and then you basically go through this process of visualising yourself in that position, and you sort of minimise the feeling, and then you take on all these extra, you go sort of armed with feelings of love, and well, my particular ones, you kind of choose them. So for me it was love, confidence, certainty, and fun and laughter. So I went armed with all these things, which all had different colours linked to them, and then went back and dealt with each one. And it's funny because in my life, I feel like there's been a few things that, obviously have had some kind of effect on me, as we all have. But I think in there, but it was really interesting because it's not, you don't sort of consciously think, I sort of before I went in there, I was sort of thinking, well, maybe I'll sort of go back to that, or go back to this particular event. And a couple of those came up, but what was interesting to me is, it was, when I was going through the process, was Kelly, go back to when you first experienced anger, for example, and I thought, but you don't really think, you don't think about it, you just answer it. And it was what did it happen before, during, or after you were born? And I was like, before. I was like, oh, that was really weird. Like, I went back to like 2 past lives gone, to when I was 7, to deal with something that had made me angry back then, which is really, I'm very much open to this idea of past lives and things like that. And also the one that was hurt, that was like, that ended up being two generations ago. So yeah, it was really, really interesting, and I don't know what effect it's had on me, but I feel at the moment like I feel different to how I went in there. So I don't really know, I can't say it's like, oh, something suddenly changed, but it feels like something, it does feel like something's happened, but I can't really explain what. But I feel quite relaxed, and quite, I think it's just going to be interesting to see how it, what effect it may have had. So So yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it's gone. And I was going to apologise for not doing my vlogs, but I'm not going to apologise because, well, you know, everything happens for a reason, and so that's cool. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. So yep, that's it for today. Alright, bye.